So I've got my pieces cut out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, move this a little bit closer. Let me see this here. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these over because I don't really care for the sides that have all the little splits in them and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to flip it over to the sides that I don't like, and that's going to become the bottom of my little bench seat that I'm making here. The backrest I'm not that concerned about, mainly because it's just the backrest and do the little pieces. That's what all these things are going to be for. So I've got that there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put some of the E6000 glue here. This stuff works amazing, bonds just about everything. I'm putting a good little dollop in between each thing, each small twig that I got. Now, I ran out of the size of the stick that I wanted. That's why I've only got 6 pieces instead of, I think I had like 8 or 12 on my other one, or on my drawing. So it's not quite to my drawing specifications exactly, but that's not the big deal. But I'm gonna go ahead and set that somewhere where I can let that dry. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on this little board here, and that way those things will dry just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the little tiny twigs to become the backrest. Now, as with anything, especially in ceramics, all of this stuff is just made by creating pieces. You're creating the pieces of a puzzle, and it's just a matter of putting your puzzle together however you want. I'm just using this to line up so that the backrest and the back of that is nice and flat across there. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Let me find something that's a little better. A little art stick, or tongue depressor, or even a popsicle stick. Something that we just know that's flat. That's the main thing. So I'm putting these in here. And I'm not really going with any kind of one size. Maybe put a couple of these taller ones a little bit in the middle. But as you can see, that's about the same width as that. If I need to, I can take one of those off later on, but I'm going to get the bottom at least to line up just like that. And then I'm going to come in with my glue. And this is actually going to be the back side of it. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. I should probably do this from the other side so you can see this. There we go. But again, I'm just putting a nice thick bead all the way across. Sticky stuff. Put my lid back on. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and I started with it nice and lined up, but as the glue gets on there, sometimes it doesn't quite stick where we want it to. And then that way, hopefully that, by the time it dries, will be nice and steady and in place. Then I can go ahead and glue those 2 pieces together. In the end, obviously I'd flip these over, that would be on the back side, but just so you can kind of get an idea of how I'm putting my pieces together.